Well, back again for another Smokey Bear review. This one is aptly named Smokey George. And it is from the same brewery as last night, the Brewery Ritzmeier Hallendorf, which is the town, I believe, from which it comes. This one differs slightly in that it is made from not the normal German Rauch malt, but actually Scottish whisky malt, as it says so on the label. Scottish whisky Rauch malt, so it's just a smoked peat whisky malt, which I have read sometimes is not the best thing to actually use in a beer, but their head brewer obviously thought it was a good idea, so we'll find out. There's not many reviews online of this beer, and what there are is mixed. A little hiss off the cap, a little bit of smoke. Definitely a more musty, smoky smell. Slightly reminiscent of disinfectant. Not sometimes a bit of an off-putter there, but I think that is actually from the malt, not actually a fault with the beer. That is, for those in England, no, it's TCP. Not quite as strong as that, but we'll see. It's not bottle conditioned, it is a filtered beer. Nice and clear, light colour there, as you can see. Again, there's that slightly musty TCP smell. A little bit of fruit behind it. It is quite prominent. I'm pretty sure that is from the peat malt and not actually something going on in the beer. As I say, it's a 5% beer. Not a lot else I can get. It's quite an overpowering smell, but let's dive in. Actually, more smoky than I was expecting. There's a little bit of bitterness to it on the initial bite. There's definitely that earthy peat tang to it. Much more intense a smoky taste. It's not the campfire burnt embers that you get with some of the other Rauch beers. There's a slightly different twist to this one. There's a sharp bitterness coming from the hops. That smoky peat taste is prominent, then the bitterness, then you get that musty sort of second sort of third. It comes in, the mustiness comes after the bitterness, which again is the peat malt. Very much the malts. You can literally, that's like having a mouthful of it and crunching away on it. Bags of flavour. It dominates slightly more than the hot bitterness. It's a medium mouthfeel. Quite carved on the tongue, but there's a lot of back from that malt, which is making me it's like swallowing smoke. There is slightly that detergent-y, disinfectant-y twang as well. But again, I think that is from the malt. It's nothing to do with how the beer's been fermented or brewed. It's just that malt, which probably, I think it's the smokiness, almost as if you've got one of those smokers and you get a lung full of it and that's right on the back of your tonsils. It's got that. It's almost, I could almost imagine like smoking a cigar and exhaling, and you get that flavour of the cigar smoke aroma clinging to the back of your throat and behind your palate, over the roof of your mouth. The malts have the same effect. Very, very smoky, but in a different way to a normal Rauch malt. Has a more smoother flavour. This is a little bit sharper with the hops. The smoke flavour does linger. I'm not a big fan of smoked sausages. I have tried the odd one or two many moons ago. It is similar to that sort of smokehouse. Something's been, you know, hung in a smoky box. It took on that flavour of the smoke when it's fresh. This has got a good date on it. I mean, it's till July next year before it's sort of past its, you know, drink by date. So it's relatively fresh. This came in on our last shipment, so we didn't get any this time, unfortunately. But yeah, I like this one. Not quite as much as some of the others I've had, but this is more smoky than the last two I've reviewed. But it is a different smoky flavour, and it lingers. I can still taste it now, even though I haven't had another mouthful for a while. But it's just that little sort of disinfectant-y smell that comes through, and a little bit of on the taste, which is a little bit off-putting. So maybe possibly a little less on the malt or something else hoppy that would give it an aroma that would mask that. That's the only sort of downside I could say to it, really, is that sort of TCP-esque, you know, hospital detergent disinfectant smell. Not quite as noticeable now it's been out and degassed a bit. There is a little bit of sweetness to it on the lips from the malt that has been put into it, but yeah, I don't. This is probably going to be for some people that like smoked beers, maybe not one they like, because the flavour is much different to a lot of the other Rauch malts that uses, obviously, you know, a traditional Bamberg smoked malt, where this is obviously used Scottish smoked peat malts. But yeah, I think I would attempt it. I think it would take a few experiments to get something right that you're happy with, but yeah, I'm liking it. It's not the best Rauch beer, although, you know, it's a different malt been used to achieve a similar effect. It's worked to some degree. It definitely gives a slightly different smoke texture and taste than the regular Rauch malt. So if you do find it in the States or wherever you may be, and you like Rauch beers, give it a try. I did. Cheers. See you on the next one.